Today on Coaster Trek, a collection of ideas I came up with to save the Liberty Belle and Tom Sawyer Island at the Magic Kingdom of Walt Disney World. As many of you know, the Liberty Belle and Tom Sawyer Island and the Rivers of America are all at risk of being replaced with a ride based on the Cars franchise that resembles anthropomorphic dune buggies. Now the location they're going to put it is right here where the Liberty Belle is, and I think that's just a terrible idea. So please check out my ideas of where this ride could be placed instead, as well as ways to spruce up the Liberty Belle, Rivers of America, and Tom Sawyer Island to put more life in the area. And please leave feedback. Also, I have a video of the complete ride of the Liberty Belle, which you can check in the link above. And eventually I will be posting all my videos of the Liberty Belle going by, as well as Tom Sawyer Island. Alright, those things are just too noisy, so I'm going to have to mute them while we look for better places for this new ride. The best place for this tower ride is right over here in Tomorrowland. Replace this speedway with it. I'm not the only one that came up with this idea either, and you can promote it with a fourth Cars movie where they travel to the future and meet race cars of the future. And if you haven't noticed, the Tomorrowland Speedway is showing its age, and it's not the best of car rides. Another option is over here between Splash Mountain and Pirates. They just need this station in the park. They can put the ride over here where all those trees are. Look at this beautiful dock, soon to be replaced with dirt and dune buggies. The best place to put it is here at Hollywood Studios, next to all the Pixar rides. I am a firm believer that the Magic Kingdom should be reserved for traditional animated movies, while the Pixar movies go to the studios. This will help make the two parks as different as possible. Of course, my idea would also move Buzz Lightyear and Monsters out of Tomorrowland. Or you could have the Dune buggies zoom in and out of this abandoned hotel. I mean, who would have thought people would not spend $4,000 for one night at a hotel where the concept is you can't leave? Now let's go to the island and see what changes can be made here to bring more people. Tom Sawyer's Island is a children's play area, so the first thing you could add is a swing set. Over here is Aunt Polly's, which is a great place for a restaurant that serves a specialty item that can only be found here. Another thing you can do is have a mini food and wine festival just on the island. You can have at least 6 locations for this food and wine fest: Aunt Polly's, Huck's Landing, Fort Langhorne, the Grist Mill, Jim Shack, and on top of that, Treehouse. Another important factor is that the Epcot Food and Wine Fest is international. This Food and Wine Fest would be Americana themed and could feature American themed food that doesn't get represented enough. They could rotate these themes month by month just because of the river and what's around it. They could have a Native American food fest, Cajun and Creole food fest, country western food, a barbecue food fest with barbecue sauce tasting, and wagon train food. You could even have a chili cook-off. This Food and Wine Fest idea would bring new life to the island, and ironically, because the island is now a Food and Wine Fest, to get to it, you will have to buy a food and wine ticket to just board the raft. This money will practically pay for the island itself. Other ideas for the island: these Explorer maps are great for kids. They can go all over the island looking for clues and stamps for their treasure map to be traded in for a prize. One thing you can do at Fort Langhorne is have a petting zoo. Or Native Americans can take over the fort and do a little show. Another thing they can do is have a real blacksmith in that shop on the right, or bring back panning for gold, or a gem store. Another thing you can do is have pioneer characters here in these buildings who tell an interconnected story, so you can go from one character to the next to solve some type of mystery. Another thing to boost attendance on the island is character meet and greets with your more popular characters. Up here at the lookout point, you could put in a water play area and even a small ride for kids. There's quite a bit of space up here, but no people. I'm not sure how much space is in the back half of the island. However, you could put in a small walking trail with signs describing how the company does park landscaping. One thing you need to remember when building a theme park is that it can be crowded and expensive and stressful. The purpose of the river is to calm you down and give yourself a place in the park to relax. The steamboat is a great place for grandparents to take grandkids when the others are on the thrill rides. The island is for the kids to run around and wear themselves out. The calm water and trees gives you a place to forget that you're in an amusement park with 50,000 perfect strangers who all paid thousands of dollars to wait hours in lines. This is where you take a break from that. I believe that used to be the keelboat dock. It would be a great idea if the keelboats were re-engineered to stay upright and brought back to the rivers. I have been on them, and believe me, it is a very peaceful ride along the river. For the Liberty Belle, it would be a great idea to put a ragtime band on it, or a pianist, and retheme the spiel to match one of the movies such as The Princess and the Frog, and the narrator would be one of the characters from the movie and point out things along the river for the kids to look at. The Liberty Belle also stops operation at 7, so what you can do at night is use the boat as a meet and greet for like Tiana and the Shadow Man. Also, you can use it as another stop on your food and wine list, or even a high-end dining experience. Does anyone remember the log rolling show they had at Disneyland during the Disneyland State Fair or Country Fair? They could still do that here on this river. Personally, I want them to turn left under that train bridge, but I don't think that's going to happen. Another thing they can do is stop here at the Indian Village, and a Native American troupe could come out and actually do a show. And that show could only be seen if you ride the Liberty Belle. Another thing they can do at night in the winter time is pay extra to get on the Liberty Belle. It comes out here, and they have a Christmas light show that you can also only see on their Liberty Belle. Of course, all my ideas are now copyrighted, so if they want to do one of these, they will have to buy it from me, but I think they're too cheap to do that. If you look here, it is possible to take the Liberty Belle through the waterways all the way out to the Seven Seas Lagoon. However, the Liberty Belle is designed to operate in shallow water with a rail, so that might not be feasible. Now, when all else fails, I will win the lottery, buy the Liberty Belle, and have it transported to a classic lakeside amusement park where it will entertain guests for another 50 years. My current choice is Lakeside Park in Denver, a 100-year-old park with Art Deco buildings and a massive shallow lake just waiting for a steamboat. Now, Lakeside has seen better days, but when I win the lottery, I will take care of that too. And the most important thing the Disney company should do is abandon trying to compete with the other theme parks like Universal and Six Flags and just worry about being the best Disney park ever. That would solve a massive amount of their problems. Thanks for viewing. Be sure to leave comments below, click that like button, the share button, that subscribe button, and be sure to visit the Liberty Belle one last time.